Over the past century, our world is rapidly digitized, creating momentum for the next industrial revolution, which will be fueled by artificial intelligence and our specialty, blockchain technology and cybernetics. Artillery One set out to create the preeminent event in the history of blockchain with the Blockchain Innovators Summit, Pebble Beach.
I'm going to be taking you on a bit of a journey.
If our money is not for us to spend, it's for someone else to control. That's no different than slavery.
What's the government's interest? What's the regulator's interest in this? What are they concerned about? And that's also, I think, going to tell you a little bit about how things may play out.
We traveled the world for 12 months to hand select the most distinguished individuals, businesses, and organizations, allowing us to deliver 3 days of cutting-edge information on key emerging technologies synergizing with one another, thus providing a glimpse of what the future of the world will look like.
The United States is #1 in technology in most everything. One thing it's not #1 in is blockchain. We're behind the curve. We're behind Europe. We're behind Asia. I think we're finally waking up to the fact that if we don't catch up soon, we're going to really lose a lot of talent, assets, and capabilities, because financial markets are what turn the cogs of industry.
This is all about the path, all about understanding how things are going to move from where we are to where things are going, and how that path will impact everybody's industry.
I believe every stock that's traded on the NASDAQ, the LSE and the Nikkei will be transformed into tokens with digital software built into them. That is a big deal. And to try to do that in Silicon Valley without New York City on your side and these other capital markets, people that have been around for the last couple hundred years, would be foolhardy.
We are really here to make a difference and really advance this at a much faster pace than what people are predicting and what we hear in the news.
You were around as I was in the dot-com era. You remember statements like, who would ever buy a book on the internet? Or, I don't want to trust my credit card on the internet. Those are temporal judgments. And the reality is we all need to be futurists because it's coming very fast.
It's the first true digital asset that represents freedom. We are the border generation where our parents and grandparents didn't have this, and our children and grandchildren will.
Through our European blockchain partners at Sapphire Labs, extensive Wall Street and political experience, and having a keen eye for blockchain startups, we provided our audience with the most up-to-date information on what will evolve over the next few decades, including which blockchain applications will fuel this global economic transformation unfolding in front of us.
Remember, the words distributed and decentralized are important. What it means is that it's everywhere and nobody can tell anybody what to do.
When you have real ownership of digital assets, when you can send it to whoever you want, when you can receive it whenever you want, that's what I call freedom of money.
From general participants to investors and our VIP speakers and sponsors, each individual brought a specific value proposition to the summit which flowed seamlessly, resulting in all parties at the summit, including Pebble Beach, being mesmerized with the atmosphere, knowledge transfer, and networking that occurred.
Golf is a game of principles. Keep it simple.
We've brought together 75 of the smartest people on the planet that we've hand-selected through global travels across the world over the past year. And the first expectation is to leverage Artillery One's broad and vast range of services, which include our partnerships with Sapphire Labs, Century, Inspector, along with our political intelligence group out of DC, to connect all of the dots that are truly required to make a vision real.
Sapphire Labs, with Artillery One, through cybernetics, makes it possible for them to understand the big picture and to therefore get ready for the future.
The individuals here at this conference have been through it. They've really had success at their own projects, whatnot, and I've learned at least 3 or 4 ideas that were like, wow, our technology could do this.
The feedback gathered from interviewing various summit participants validates the overwhelming success of our first annual summit. Artillery One will continue to carefully nurture and advance these summits, allowing them to flourish as one master ecosystem working hand in hand with the technology to push forward human progress.
this asset class, and it truly is a new asset class, something that back in the 90s we had companies like Amazon, Google, and who knew where they would be today. Amazon traded close to $2,000 a share. We have Google also, nearly $1 trillion company. Even Apple Computer, up and down. If you didn't participate early on in some of these companies, you would have missed out.
And it's key to me to connect the right people with the services that can make these people successful, and that's what this